There is a word that gets used constantly when people talk about dogs and the humans who love them. Bonded. It is a warm word, a comfortable one, and it describes something genuinely real, the affection, the loyalty, the daily connection that makes life with a dog so different from life without one. But there is another word, one that goes considerably deeper, one that describes something most owners never realize is happening because it does not announce itself dramatically. It does not arrive in a single moment. It builds slowly, invisibly, across thousands of ordinary days. That word is imprinting. When a dog imprints on you, they have not simply chosen you as someone they love. They have chosen you as their biological fixed point, the one presence their entire nervous system organizes itself around, the anchor that makes everything else in their world feel navigable. And once you understand what it actually looks like, you will start seeing it everywhere. We are saving the most significant sign for last, because it is the one most owners see every single day and completely misread. Stay with us. Think about where your dog actually sleeps, not where you put their bed, where they end up when the choice is entirely theirs. Because here's something most people never stop to consider. A dog who simply wants warmth will find warmth. They are remarkably resourceful when it comes to this. The spot where afternoon sun held heat in the floor, the sofa cushion that stays warm long after you stood up, the corner near the heating that they discovered in their first week. Warmth is never hard to find in a home.
So warmth is not why they come to you.
Sleep is the single most vulnerable state any animal can enter. Every survival instinct built into a dog over thousands of years of evolution understands this at a level below conscious thought. When you sleep, you cannot run. You cannot respond to threat. Every defense you have goes offline. And yet a dog who is imprinted on you will bypass every quiet, tucked away, objectively comfortable corner of your home and come to sleep pressed against you. Not near you. Against you, a paw resting on your leg, their back pressed into your side, their weight settled across your feet. That contact is deliberate. It is not coincidence or convenience. A dog who is imprinted does not simply want to be in the same space during their most vulnerable hours. They need to be touching the one presence whose proximity tells their entire nervous system that nothing dangerous is approaching. You are not the warm option. You are the safe one. And that distinction is everything. You are having a hard day. You have not said anything about it. You have not cried, not changed your routine, not done anything a person in the same room would notice. And your dog is already there, pressed against you, quieter than usual, watching you in a way that feels different from their ordinary watching. This is not coincidence. And it is not the kind of sensitivity every dog develops with every person. It is specific. Dogs who have formed deep attachment bonds with one particular person develop remarkable capacity to read subtle physiological changes, shifts in scent, in breathing pattern, in posture, that precede any visible emotional expression. The changes in your body chemistry, when your emotional state shifts, are detectable to a dog with an imprinted bond long before they are visible to another human in the same room. Your dog is not reacting to what you show them. They are reading what your body has already decided before your face has caught up. A dog that is simply fond of you will notice when you are obviously distressed. A dog that has imprinted on you notices when something is wrong before you have fully decided it is. Something unexpected happens. A loud noise. An unfamiliar presence at the door. A sudden movement. Every sensory system your dog has activates at once. And in that moment, before they bark, before they move toward or away, before they do anything at all, they look at your face, not at the thing that startled them.
At you.
This behavior is called emotional referencing, and it is one of the most consistently documented indicators of a deep imprinted bond between a dog and a specific person. Your dog is not looking at you for permission in those moments. They are doing something considerably more sophisticated. They are reading your micro-expressions, the tension around your eyes, the set of your jaw, whether your breathing shifted, and using that information to calibrate their own response to the world. If your face stays calm, their alarm settles. If your face carries tension, they escalate. The critical detail is this. Dogs do not do this with everyone they are comfortable around. They do it specifically with the individual their brain has identified as the most reliable source of information about whether the world is safe. The fact that your dog's first instinct in uncertain moments is to find your face, that is not habit. That is an imprinted bond made visible. This one is straightforward to observe, but easy to underestimate. You walk into a room where your dog is already settled. They lift their head. Their tail moves differently than it does when other people enter. Their body language shifts in a way that is measurably distinct, looser, more open, more immediate. Or this version. Someone else says their name, and they glance over. You say their name, and they're already moving before you have finished saying it. This selectivity is not training. It is not simply the result of who feeds them most often. An imprinted bond produces a specific neurological response to one individual that does not replicate itself with anyone else, regardless of how familiar those others are, or how long they have been in the dog's life. A dog who likes everyone in the household will respond warmly to everyone. A dog who is imprinted will respond to you in a way that is categorically different, faster, more physical, more complete. Watch your dog's body the next time you walk into a room after even 10 minutes away. That full body looseness, the tail that brings the entire rear end with it, the immediate orientation toward you, that is their nervous system recognizing its anchor. There is a difference between a dog who follows you around the house and a dog who is imprinted on you. Both might end up in the same room, but the reason is different. A dog following out of habit will eventually notice you have moved and wander in after you. A dog who has imprinted is already moving before you have fully stood up. They have been reading you, the small shifts in your posture, the particular way your weight redistributes before you rise, the micro-movements your body makes before you act. They have learned the sequences that precede your actions, and they have built a predictive map detailed enough to keep them one step ahead of you at all times. They are not following you. They are tracking you. And the distinction reveals something significant about how deeply your dog has been paying attention, not just to what you do, but to everything that happens in your body before you do it. Nothing has just happened. There is no food nearby, no excitement in the environment, no obvious reason for closeness. And your dog comes and presses against you anyway. The lean into your leg, the head placed on your knee, the paw rested deliberately on your arm, the body wedged into whatever space exists between you and the rest of the world. People consistently misread this as the dog wanting something, attention, a walk, play. But a dog who is imprinted initiates contact in moments of complete ordinariness, when nothing is on offer and nothing is being asked for. Research into the way trusted human presence physiologically regulates a dog's internal state has found that this kind of unprompted physical contact is one of the most reliable indicators of deep attachment. The dog is not performing closeness. Their nervous system is seeking regulation, and you are the only source of it that works completely. Nothing else in their environment produces what you produce.
So they come to you.
In the ordinary moments, not the dramatic ones. That is the truest expression of an imprinted bond. This is the one we promised at the start. The quietest sign on this list, and in many ways the most profound. You are somewhere open, a park, a garden, anywhere with space. Your dog is off lead, 20 meters away, nose to the ground, absorbed in something you cannot see or smell. They are not anxious. They are not lost. They are completely in their element. And then, without being called, without any prompt, they look back. Just a glance. Just long enough to find you. And then straight back to what they were doing. Most people see this and think nothing of it. Just a habit. Just a check. It is neither. This behavior, called the secure base check-in, is the single most consistent behavioral marker that distinguishes a dog who is imprinted from a dog who is simply well attached. The pattern was first identified in studies of human-infant attachment. A toddler in an unfamiliar space will explore, but only as long as they can periodically confirm that their caregiver is still there. Remove the caregiver, and the exploration stops. The child becomes distressed. They move toward the exit. The identical pattern has been documented in dogs with an imprinted bond to a specific person. That voluntary glance back, when no one called them, when nothing happened, is your dog confirming that the fixed point of their world is still in place. Not because they are anxious, not because they need permission, but because you are the condition under which everything else feels safe enough to explore. And they just needed to know you were still there. Imprinting is not something you manufacture. It is not the reward for perfect training or the right products or enough walks. It happens quietly, across thousands of ordinary moments, as your dog's brain slowly updates its understanding of who you are and what your presence means. Every time you were consistent when consistency was easy to skip. Every time you stayed calm when the world felt uncertain to them. Every time you were simply there, in the unremarkable, everyday way that ends up meaning everything. You built something in your dog that most owners never even realize exists. Not just affection. Not just loyalty. A fixed point. The one presence their entire nervous system was shaped to find. The anchor that holds everything else steady. And somewhere in the quiet moments, the glance across the park, the weight against your leg in the evening, the paw that finds you in the night, they are telling you that in the only language they have, you are it. You are the fixed point. And for them, that is everything. Subscribe to Raffaloo. Remy already knows where you are. Paw prints.